What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome on back to our Pokemon Omega Ruby walkthrough. In the last episode, we, took a detour through the Trick House, but hey, I had to, man, for completionist's sake. But that means now we are back on the legendary hunt here in one of the final couple of episodes in this series. Now, I'm back in Fortree City, and you can tell by the title that I'm kind of going to catch a random assortment golly, I just said of like 4 times. Holy cow, the stuttering's bad, bro. But yeah, no, kind of catching a random assortment of legendaries. And you know what I just realized? I'm pretty sure I'm in the wrong spot completely. I should just go ahead and restart the video, but let me just double check. I'm pretty sure we actually need to go west of Lily Cove City. I think I just got Lily Cove mixed up with Fortree. Somehow. They're not too similar, so I don't know how I did that. But yeah, you're going to want to go west of Lily Cove, or I guess you can also go like southeast of Fortree. And the first legendary we're going after is Heatran. Heatran, wasn't around in the original Gen 3 game, so you might be wondering where it is. Well, it's actually going to be located on Route 120, but it's inside of a place called the Scorched Slab, which you were able to go into earlier in the game. However, Heatran doesn't show up in there until after you have dealt with the whole Kyogre, Groudon, Primal stuff, all those good things. But anyways, yeah, you're going to want to come down here to this little pond of water. Scorched Slab is always kind of like one of the more forgettable spots in Hoenn, because it is there in the original games, believe it or not. However, it's not really much of a cave, it's more so just a little spot. And this is also the wrong area. Yo, I should just I don't even know, bro. I should just retire at this point. I know it. Wait, don't tell me I was in the right area when I flew away from Fortree City. I'm pretty sure it's further up. Was I supposed to go east of Fortree City? I think I was. You know what, man? Look, I'm gonna just keep it real around here. I'm not gonna restart the episode or anything. Okay, unless I'm wrong here, then I am really gonna restart the episode, because that would just be bad. Look, I can already tell there's like people who click on this video because they're looking where Heatran is, and they've had to skip through the first 2 minutes. Yeah, that's right. You right now skipping through the first 2 minutes and not listening. Yeah, I called you out. Hey, it's all good though. I understand. No, I know where it is. It is you gotta enter from where the Kecleon was over here on Route 120. So hey, at least I was right about Route 120. Yeah, I think there was a Kecleon over here though. It might still be there, honestly, but you can go around it. And yeah, here it is. Little cave right in the middle. Now, Heatran's not just going to be chilling in here at the beginning. You're actually going to see Flannery in a second. Right there's Team 11 Sunny Day. That was actually the TM that was here in the original games. But you can now go further on down, and you can use Flash down here if you want. However, in these games, I don't think you really need Flash. Let's go ahead and pick up that full heal, though. So, obviously, you're going to need Surf. I want to say you don't need... Why did my character just freeze for a second, by the way? But yeah, I want to say you don't need any other items. I mean, HMs. Yeah, here's Flannery, and she kind of hints at the fact that Heatran's here. And somehow she can't really find Heatran, which I don't think this place is too elaborate, so she might just be dumb. Maybe she's yelling too much and, scaring off Heatran. But yeah, so she kind of talks about her grandfather told her, about this spawn. But yeah, as I was saying, kind of a random, assortment of 3 legends that we're going out to catch today. But if you remember in the last episode, I kind of talked about how, I like to split up the legendaries in this game between, legendaries that are found through soaring with, the Eon Pokemon, Latios and Latias, and they have, these really weird requirements. And then there's just the other legendaries like this that are kind of out and about in the region. They don't have any crazy requirements, minus maybe the Regis. I guess you could count them. But yeah, I might not explore the whole Scorched Slab, because we are more focused on the legendaries. However, I am going to come up to this portal right here. Yeah, you kind of saw, really was not hard to get to. And you're actually going to go ahead and put your hand in there, and that is going to start the battle with Heatran. So yeah, he just appears out of the portal. And you'll recognize these portals more with some of the other legendaries that you go after in this game. So yeah, Heatran's going to be level 50. Honestly, going to be kind of tough for me to catch. And I just realized I didn't save before doing this. The one thing you should do before fighting a legendary. So, this could be bad. Maybe I don't end up getting Heatran. I should probably lock in here, huh? And there we go, literally got it on my second Ultra Ball. That didn't take too long at all. Yeah, Heatran, Fire and Steel type. Pretty cool typing, honestly. And now we're just gonna sort of head out of the Scorch Slab by using an Escape Rope, because again, not gonna check out the rest of the area. Honestly, I don't even know if there's any trainers in here. It might just be a bunch of items. But I guess during the main game, this place is still worth checking out. Again, you can't get Heatran until you get done with the main plot. Okay, so Legendary number 2 is going to be quite interesting. We are going to fly to Dewford Town, and we're actually going to need to make a couple of switches in our party, because we're going after Regigigas next. Now, first off, you have to have all 3 of the Regis in your party when going to this place. You're going to be going to the same cavern where you fought Regice, but the Regice in your party not only does it need to be nicknamed, it also needs to be holding a quote-unquote cold item, which can either be a Castelia Cone, Snowball, or what's the last one? Nevermelt Ice. So that's why I said in the last video when we were going through the trick house, that's why I said it was so helpful that we got Castelia Cones in there. Okay, let me make sure I don't deposit Pelipper, because we're going to need him to surf. But yeah, I went ahead and nicknamed Regice too. I called him, like, Icicle. I mean, okay, bro, it was right before episode. I wasn't gonna, like, think too hard about a nickname. And, yeah, I gave him a Castelia Cone. I guess you could also go after Nevermelt Ice if you don't want to go through the trick house. I think the Nevermelt Ice can be found in the Shoal Cave, which, remember, is north of Mossdeep City. And then the hardest one to get, though, is a Snowball, because I think those can only be found on wild snore runs. So, you know, you gotta have, like, Thief or something like that. But yeah, let's go to the west side of Route 105. And that is going to take us back up to the little cavern that's up here. And I don't think you need to do any weird, like, you know, wait around for 2 minutes or anything. Just gotta kind of come on in. And Regigigas, I think something will happen. And Regigigas, yeah, here we go. He'll make his appearance. So, okay, please tell me this doesn't, it puts us straight in the battle. Once again, I didn't save. Oh, man. All right, hopefully this just goes, you know, like Heatran did. So, oh, man. Yeah, this is just a horrible idea. Not saving before these fights. But yeah, Regigigas is pretty cool. You know, try to take advantage of the first few turns because it has slow start. Because after that, you know, its stats are really good. It'll start hitting really hard. Anyways, I'll probably just try to whittle it down with Dark Pulse, and then, you know, I've got Yawn on Swalot, so that is usually what I go into after, like, I let Banette die. But we'll keep whittling it down. A crit would be absolutely brutal, because then I literally can't catch this thing. So let me go for one more Dark Pulse, because I don't think even a crit kills from that range. Perfect. We get it into red, and there we go. Slow starts over. You know what's funny? I don't even know if it can hit us. If it only has normal and, you know, fighting type attacks. I could be wrong, but might as well just stay in with Banette for now. Oh my gosh, and we got it when I literally had Registeel out there, who was my last mon alive. Now, granted, I was gonna, like, revive someone, but still, that is a, you know, what are the chances? Anyways, that's it for Regigigas, though. Yeah, that thing's pretty strong, especially once Slow Start ends. I had to go through, like, I think almost 50 Ultra Balls, which doesn't help because I only have, like, 30 left. And, you know, I don't have a whole lot of Pokédollars left to buy more Ultra Balls, so this kind of sucks. Now, I will say for Regigigas, Dusk Balls can work pretty well, too. And really, for any of the Legendaries, Timer Balls can work well, since, you know, you're usually in the battle for quite a minute. Other than that, though, it's time to go hunt down the final legendary of this episode. Now, this legendary is going to differ depending on if you're playing Alpha Sapphire or Omega Ruby. For us, it's going to be Ho-Oh, as you can tell in the title. This will be Lugia if you're playing Alpha Sapphire. I was about to say Soul Silver. But yeah, just again, one more, you know, as a reminder, one more note of how to do Regigigas. Who else is not on my team right now? What am I doing? Grumpig, there we go. But yeah, one more note. Just remember, you gotta have all 3 Regis in the party, and your Regice has to be nicknamed, and it has to be holding either a Castelia Cone, Snowball, or Nevermelt Ice. So, Let's just go ahead and surf east, though. And actually, I just realized I need to switch out someone because we're on our way back to Sea Mauville. Now, we explored this place, you know, when we first came through this area with Surf. If you remember, it was kind of that abandoned ship and whatnot. However, there were some places where you can use Dive, and we never got around to that because, of course, we did not have Dive at that stage in the game. At least I think, you know, you can use Dive in these spots because that's how it is in the normal games, in the Gen 3 games, so I don't think they changed that part of it. But yeah, this is going to allow you to get an item, and then once we get that item, we're going to have to go show it to someone, get another item, and then come on back. It'll all play out. Let's just get to Sea Mauville first. Now, similar to Heatran, it's worth noting that this whole kind of side quest to get this legendary won't be able to be accessed until you defeat either Primal Kyogre or Primal Groudon. So let's get on to Sea Mauville, get the really weird like camera angle here and stuff, and we will make our way inside. I can't remember, where do you see the little dive areas? Matter of fact, since, you know, we're kind of, yeah, here we go. Since, you know, while we're going through here, we might as well explore the rest of the ship, because, again, more can be explored now that you have dive. But anyways, yeah, after this episode, I got to keep working on a video for the main channel, which I'm hoping will be up, you know, about a day or 2 or 3 after this video drops. Definitely want to take my time with the editing process and stuff. Alright, so there's a staircase there. I think I'm actually going to keep going this way first, because this might be just another optional spot. We can surface up here. And I think, you know, if you saw when you enter the ship, there's like an item that's blocked by boxes. I think this is how we're going to finally be able to get it. And oh my gosh, there's people over here too. Like, how do y'all even get over here? He's talking about some treasures and stuff. Okay, I mean, thanks for sharing, I guess. There's a camper over here, randomly enough. And, okay, looks like we do have some trainers. Now, a white herb ain't too bad, you know. That will completely negate... Okay, I guess y'all aren't trainers. But yeah, that'll completely negate, you know, any stats. If you, let's see. Do you want this? Yeah, give it to me. Key to room 1. Okay, you actually do need to come up here then. Because, yeah, there's a little kind of scavenger hunt that you got to go on for a bunch of different keys. And we'll start checking out some of these side rooms too. No, yeah, as I was saying about the white herb though, you know, it's most commonly used with Shell Smash because it'll get rid of any stat drops, I think is what it is, right? Because, you know, if you go for Shell Smash but have the white herb on, then you actually don't get your defense and special defense dropped. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is room 6 and room 4 right there. And in here, it says it feels as though we're being watched. I mean, is this the trick house all over again? Is someone hiding in here? I don't know. It might be. That dude's talking about the odd keystone. And we're getting watched once again, so we could go check out the bed. This may be something to do with unlocking, who is it? Spirit Tomb with the odd keystone. I don't think this has anything to do with what we're doing right now. So I'm probably just going to head on out of here. Yeah, I mean, Spirit Tomb, it's pretty interesting because, you know, Spirit Tomb always has, like, the method of catching it and finding it that would make you think it's a legendary, but it's really not. Heck, I remember thinking Spirit Tomb was a legendary, like, the first time I heard about it. But let's continue on. So remember, room 4 and room 6 are up there. We'll need to keep that in mind because we are headed on down these stairs and there's going to be some more numbered rooms. Also, I thought I just ran into a wild Pokemon for a second, but dude, that'd be impossible. But it was just the little transition cutscene, so we're over here now, and we can come up this way, and, well, that's going to be a whole lot of nothing. Man, maybe you do need to go back to the room we were just in. I'm using Cerebi right now because, okay, yeah, there's nothing else down here unless I'm completely missing something, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Yeah, I'm using Cerebi right now, who kind of just tells you, like, the item you need to get in here, but not really exactly how to get it. But don't worry, I'm gonna show y'all. Just, you know, trust the process here, man. Trust the process. I do know we're looking for some more room keys, because that's gonna eventually lead us to the item we need. So let me go back to where we were. And you know what? No, I know what it is. there's some more locked rooms on the other side, you know, where we came in from. And if it's not that, then okay, I really am screwed. But I feel like it's that. Because when we were first here, I'm pretty sure there were some rooms that we couldn't go to. Unless there's another surfacing spot that I'm missing, but it does not look like it. So let me come back over this way. Yeah, I feel like this little quest just has you going back and forth. And let's see, is there a room here that is room 1? There's room 2. So room 1, you know, should be one of these rooms, right? We've been in here. Is it the one up here on the left? Yeah, I think it is. There we go. So here's room 1. All right, and then in here, you're going to find a dive ball. But again, we are hoping to find another key, which, yeah, I think we want to look at some of these lockers. They make this a bit more, you know, hidden in the remakes. But there is the room 2 key. Yeah, I remember in Ruby and Sapphire, you know, the keys are just like laying on the floor. Or actually, no, they're like the little sparkles, aren't they? And you kind of have to memorize where they are. That's what it is. So I guess it is a little challenging in those games as well. I'm going to keep on spraying max repels, even though I probably don't need to. How in the world are y'all in here, by the way? Thanks for the room 6 key, though, I guess. But yeah, shouldn't there only be like one room key? They're guarding a revive, or not really guarding it. But y'all saw she gave us the key to room 6, so we know that's back on the other side. Let's head on over there. And the item we're looking for at the end that we're going to get is a scanner. And we're going to need to go back to Slateport City and show this to Captain Stern. And then he's going to give us, you know, the really important item. The big old one. So, let's head on down and back on over to the right. Now, if you're really into the lore of these games, I think Sea Mauville and New Mauville, there's some pretty, like, dark backgrounds with these locations. And I'm not really going to try to dive into all that because I don't really know all of it. So, you know, I don't want to spread any misinformation. I'm going to think about how Mr. Information would feel about that if I was doing that. Get it? Because, like... Okay, here we go. Room number 6. There's a little opening right there, and I think that's where we're going to need to head. This is going to take us to the outside, and we can surf there. Let's go up. Oh, let's not go up that way. Remember, we're still looking for room key number 4. I think is the last one, unless there's more. There's a fisherman over here. Is he a trainer? Or is he going to be the one to hand us the key? I honestly don't know. Yeah, here we go. We know he has something. You gotta ask him, like, the right questions, I think. There we go. He somehow fished up the key to room 4. So, thank you, sir. And I'll quickly double check, make sure there's nothing back here. But yeah, I think that's the final room key we need. That should unlock the final locked area. And no, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, you can see, like, nature's completely taken over this place, by the way. There's, like, moss growing on the shit and everything, which is kind of weird, you know. We are out in the middle of the ocean, but I mean, I guess you do see like moss and that type of stuff in the ocean. So what am I talking about, bro? All right, room 4. It was this one right down here. Insert that key, and I do believe the scanner will be right here. Oh, it's the storage key. Oh, that's right. Nope. Yep. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. There's a storage room that now I think is gonna have the scanner. You know, the only question is, where is the storage room? I kind of forgot, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, I know it's got to be back towards the left then, right? It would have to be. It wasn't this room, right? No, we've been in there. All right, give me a second. Yeah. I know I'm being watched or whatever in there. Watch that actually be a part of this legendary quest, and I'm just completely forgetting about it. We'll find out in a second, I suppose. But no, we got the storage key, and I'm pretty sure the storage key is going to open up the room to the scanner. Even though what's making me a little worried is I'm pretty sure in Ruby and Sapphire, the storage key actually just takes you to, like, the TM for Ice Beam or something. So, don't know if that's the same here, but we'll all find out together. We're all in it just for the heck of it, man. At the end of the day, I'm just winging it. All right? It ain't that deep. Okay, so, back up here, and, oh boy, where is a storage room? You know what? It might actually be way back out on the deck, if I'm gonna be honest. Was it, like, up top, maybe? That would kind of make sense for a storage room. I don't know, man. I don't really run ships or anything. No, it's not up here. Is it down towards the front then? If not, then I will be doing a jump cut. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do a jump cut. Make sure I got my whereabouts straight. Well, I feel really stupid if if you want me to keep it a buck, because this whole time the scanners are right here in this completely underwater room that we were in like 10 minutes ago. And I'm pretty sure all that room key hunting that I did was not a part of what we really needed to do. So, hey man, look, as head coach of this football team here, I'm going to take the blame for that. That one's on me, all right? That one's on me. Hopefully y'all still enjoyed my commentary. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's the scanner. That's what we needed right there. Now that we have that, as I said, we are going to fly over to Slateport City. And that will, allow us to get the right items. So remember, you got to show this thing to Captain Stern. But yeah, the scanner's kind of hidden. You need to basically go where you kind of saw the tile where I was at. We were on the far right side, kind of down the little first ramp in that diving room. And once you kind of go over that tile, it'll say like, oh, something's glimmering there. Whoa, no way. And yeah, you'll be able to pick it up from there. All right, so let's go talk to Captain Stern and show us this, what's it called? You're not Captain Stern, are you? Yo, which one's Captain Stern? The problem is, you know what the problem is? He doesn't have a, I don't think he has like a unique sprite, does he? Because that's the real issue. So is he upstairs? I honestly do not know. Where are you at? Nope, I don't think it's one of the regular, what's it called? Scientists. It's this guy, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, he was the one. No, it's not you. Okay, wait. Which one is Captain Stern, man? Is he in the dock and not the shipyard? Okay, Captain Stern. Hey, Captain Stern, bro. You're getting on my nerves. Because like, why do you have to be so unnecessarily difficult to find, dude? Unless he really wasn't there and I just missed him, but he's not one of the regular scientists. I could have sworn he was the dude in the little hat right there. All right, let me double check. Am I really gonna have to do another cut just to go find this guy? Like, bro, I swear. Is this him? Yes, okay, here we go. Yes. Take it off my hands, Captain Stern. Give me the clear bell. All right, so, yeah, Omega Ruby, you're going to get the clear bell. Alpha Sapphire, you're going to get the tidal bell. And that is going to allow you to go back to Sea Mauville and encounter the legendary, either Ho-Oh or Lugia. Ho-Oh associates with the clear bell, of course. Lugia is the tidal bell. By the way, okay, I can fly straight back to Sea Mauville. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. I think Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were the first games where you can fly to a couple of areas that aren't, towns or cities. Now, with the, your respective bell in hand, I'm pretty sure, Ho-Oh is going to be kind of on the front deck here, and just before I forget, let me drop a save. And then Lugia might actually be further down in the ship. I think it's in the basement where we were diving a second ago. But yeah, you can see you're going to get some dialogue right there. And then, do you have to come all the way up here to the front? Yeah, here's the portal. Go ahead and stick your hand inside. Again, Lugia will be down in the basement where we were diving, I'm pretty sure. But let's go ahead and capture the rainbow bird. And there we go. Funnily enough, I caught it with Sceptile being out on the field, of all mons. But yeah, we have Ho-Oh. So once again, Lugia will be in the basement. Keep that in mind. I did not mean to go try to nickname you Ho-Oh. But yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. I apologize that I, dragged it out for a bit longer because I started doing the wrong, little quest here on Sea Mauville. But at the end of the day, man, we're just chilling playing Pokemon, so it's all good. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. There is definitely one more episode where we'll be going after a few more legendaries that I'm planning on doing. And right now, that's it. That'll be it for the series. But, I'll definitely confirm that before I record that, what I think will be final video of the walkthrough. For now, though, I do hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Most importantly, stay safe out there. And until next time, deuces.